A strange philosopher with wild hair now helps decide how governments, spy agencies, hospitals, and militaries use data. Alex Karp did not start as a normal tech founder. He studied ideas, argued politics, lived in Germany, and somehow became CEO of a powerful software company. But the weirdest part is not Palantir. Before Karp became a billionaire defense tech boss, he wrote a German philosophy dissertation about aggression, language, and culture. Later, that worldview became the hidden operating system behind a company built for the machinery of the state. Alex Karp was born in New York in 1967 and grew up in Philadelphia. His family was not a classic Silicon Valley origin story. His father was a Jewish pediatrician. His mother was a black artist. Both were politically active. So from the beginning, Alex grew around arguments about justice, power, and what America was supposed to be. And he was not the obvious future billionaire. He was dyslexic, strange, intense. He later said dyslexia taught him what he should never do and where he actually had an edge. That matters because Alex Karp's life became a story about not fitting into a normal system and then building a company designed to break those systems open. Karp studied philosophy at Haverford College, then went to Stanford Law School. This is where his life collided with Peter Thiel. They were almost opposites. Thiel was a sharp, libertarian capitalist. Karp leaned left, argued constantly, and loved philosophy. But they bonded through argument. They debated capitalism, socialism, power, and the future late into the night. Then Karp did something most tech founders do not do. He went to Frankfurt, Germany, and earned a doctorate in social theory. His dissertation was not about apps, it was about business. It was about aggression, jargon, and culture. That is the hidden key. Karp was studying how societies speak, decay, and hide power behind fancy words. Years later, when he talks about the West losing seriousness, he has been thinking this way for decades. After 9/11, America had a problem. Intelligence agencies had mountains of information, but struggled to connect the dots fast enough. Peter Thiel saw a business opportunity. Could software help analysts see patterns humans were missing? In 2003, Palantir was born. The name came from the Lord of the Rings, the seeing stones that could look across great distances. A perfect name for a company built to make hidden information visible. Karp became CEO. At first, Palantir was secretive, hard to explain, and tied to the intelligence world. Early backing came through In-Q-Tel, the CIA-linked venture arm. The company built tools for analysts, counter-terrorism work, and later military and commercial customers. The standard story is that Palantir became a data company, but the deeper story is that Palantir became a power company. Software that helps institutions decide what is happening, who matters, where risk is, and what to do next. For years, Palantir fought government procedure systems. Karp believed that the state wasted money building slow custom software when commercial products would work better. Palantir was not just trying to win contracts, it was trying to change how government buys and uses technology. And over time, it worked. Palantir became deeply involved in defense, intelligence, and public systems. It worked with the Department of Defense. Its software was used in Ukraine. It was a major NHS England contract. And Project Maven, once controversial in Silicon Valley, became part of Palantir's rise. This is where Karp becomes more than a CEO, becomes a salesman for a new idea. That the West needs serious technology companies working directly with the state. Here is what makes Karp fascinating. He's not a clean political stereotype. He has described himself in left-leaning terms. He has donated to Democrats, but he also sounds like a national security hawk. He talks about defending the West, strengthening the military, and using software to help democracy survive. To supporters, this makes him serious. They see a man willing to say what polite Silicon Valley avoids. Freedom needs power behind it. To critics, this makes him dangerous. They see Palantir as a surveillance infrastructure with a philosopher's vocabulary wrapped around it. And the controversies are real. Palantir has been criticized for immigration enforcement, policing, military systems, and public health data. It also faced a Department of Labor discrimination case, which ended in a settlement. Employees and activists have asked whether the company makes government more accountable or simply makes state power easier to scale. Karp's defends the system. Palantir does not collect or sell data, and if powerful institutions act anyway, better software can make those actions more precise and more lawful. That is not a moral judgment. Not that power disappears, but that power can be engineered. The public image of Karp is chaotic. Wild hair, strange interviews, political rants, and lines that sound like a monk trapped inside a defense contractor. But the lesser known details make him stranger. He has talked about being a serious practitioner of internal martial arts. He reportedly lives with a mix of luxury and seclusion. Palantir described the security-related arguments arrangement around his travel, including non-commercial flying. This is the Karp paradox. He sounds like a rebel against elite institutions, while running one of the most elite companies in the world. In 2025, Karp published The Technological Republic, making his worldview official. The argument is basically this: America's best engineers should stop building addictive consumer toys and start building things that matter. Defense, infrastructure, industry, and national power. That is why his story matters now. Alex Karp is not just the CEO of Palantir. He's one of the loudest voices pushing Silicon Valley back towards the state. For decades, tech wanted to disrupt government. Karp wanted to rewrite it. Whether you see him as a patriot, a philosopher, a billionaire, eccentric, a dangerous architect of surveillance power, one thing is clear. The insane part of Alex Karp's story is not that he became rich. It's that a dyslexic philosopher student from Frankfurt became one of the people shaping the software brain of the modern Western world. And if AI becomes the next layer of government, war, and public life, then Alex Karp's story may not be ending. It may just be entering its most powerful chapter. Like and subscribe for more stories about strange people building the future.